The following podcast is meant for mature audiences. Listener discretion advised.
Cadet Giants! Attend hut!
I got a boner!
Oh, God.
What up, Chris? How you doing, pal?
Oh, it's another day in paradise. How about yourself?
Oh, I am so happy for more than one reason. I am, obviously, you know this, I'm on day one of my 10-day vacation.
Vacation, yeah.
Including this trip that we're going to be taking in just a couple of days, which we'll get more into that. Yep, we'll get more into that soon. PHG, Purple Heart Gaming Podcast. We got a lot to talk about, don't we?
I guess we do, yeah.
Yeah, we'll start. First things first. For those that haven't been here before, my name is Giants. We have Chris over here, and this is the Purple Heart Gaming Podcast. PHG. If you're interested in joining our server, our community, or just listening to the podcast, any other information, you can go to our website at purpleheartgaming.com. First things first, for those that listened to the last episode, we have a new editor. Finally, someone doing something better than me. We have our buddy Robert that's going to be editing the podcast. Robert, if you like, feel free to insert some sort of sound clip and post. Okay, there's your noise for it. I don't know what he put. It'll be a surprise. You can tell some of the differences between what we normally do and what
Yeah, the intro is different. That's the biggest thing I think that people will notice.
Yeah, we had a new intro and we had somewhat of an outro. He added a few sound clips in there. I really loved the part where we did the word of the week and he put from Full Metal Jacket.
I haven't got a chance to listen to the full edit. I listened to part of it last night coming home, so now I'm intrigued.
Yeah, it's towards the end when we're what were we talking about? Oh, the word of the week. I just said that. And he inserted Private Pile, the jelly donut scene. What is that, Private Pile?
What is that?
Robert doing this, it's going to take a lot of stress off my back. It'll hopefully add to the consistency of us uploading every week like we want to, like we're supposed to, and just haven't been. You and I have been doing a lot lately, and our future is completely fucking booked up for the next at least month, for the rest of the year. First, this week, we're going to be going to Florida, pick up my little brother, and we're going to be doing a podcast live in whatever state, but it'll be...
I don't know.
We'll figure out. We'll do, but we're going to be going from Florida, driving to Texas, and we're going to have Junior Giants there. Yeah, Junior Giants, my little brother. So I don't know if we're going to have him talk or not really, but he'll be there. And one of the things we'll just be enjoying, being together, because we don't typically get to do the podcast together. We've only done it once. And then on top of that, having him around going through basically just a straight shot down 10 once you get up 75, but...
Yeah, I mean, it's an easy drive from there.
Yeah.
Long drive, easy drive.
Yeah, it's about a 20-hour trip, 18-hour trip, whatever. But I've taken the trip before, and it'll be a lot more relaxing not being in a U-Haul. Because I took the trip for the first time driving a U-Haul. Actually, it was a Penske truck, but same thing. Driving a Penske truck full of shit, relocating my whole life to come out here to Texas. And my little brother's stuff, it's going to be a lot less packed. I mean, we're still going to have to haul a lot of shit, but we're not hauling couches, washers, dryers, dressers, all this other shit. I mean, it's the kind of shit that an 11-year-old has, you know? So. Well,
didn't you leave some stuff behind when you moved? Isn't that right?
Yeah, we did leave some stuff behind. I wish I would have left my ex-wife behind, but that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, I was thinking that pony that you keep looking for.
The Jewish pony?
Correct.
I left my Jewish pony there.
You are the Jewish priest, my friend.
That's going to be fun. We fly out on Wednesday.
Yes, we do.
Probably won't. When this episode comes out, it'll probably be when we're already in Florida.
Yeah, I think it will be. Yeah,
but it'll be a great time. I love going to Florida. There's times I wish I still lived there. I love Texas even more though, and Florida's a lovely place to visit. But the problem I've always had with it is you're either rich or you're poor in a lot of the state. So there's not really much of a middle class. for me to buy a house out here for $250,000, let's say, it'd probably be closer to 5 out there for a very similar thing. The cost of living's there. They also have great things out there. They got the beaches, they got Publix, they got some Wawas out there. They're actually getting some Buc-ee's out there, which is really cool.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, they're starting to make their appearance out there. Of course, all the theme parks and everything else they've got in that state. So,
Well, there's everything just about in Florida, and that's why everyone goes to it.
It's a nice place to visit. Sure is. I enjoy every time I go. I've probably 5, more than that, probably 10, 15 visits now.
You've been there a lot just in the last couple of years, man. I mean, you've gone to Disney, what, 3-4 times?
At least, if not more.
And one of the cool things about living in Florida is you get an exclusive discount to go to the Disney parks and whatnot that you don't. It's like, it is. I mean, you get a law enforcement discount, and it's still nothing compared to that local discount. I mean,
by no means.
You could visit all the parks for, like, I think I've seen as low as like $90 for the day to visit all the parks.
Sometimes 80, 76, depending on the time of year. I've seen stuff like that.
So that's awesome. But we're going to be taking that trip this week, and I know I'm on my vacation already from work. You still got a couple more days left, but we're ready for this trip. It's going to be a great time.
I know you've had to work some extra, and I've been working nonstop, it seems like.
Yeah, but this is going to be the calm before the storm, too, for the both of us, really, because once we get back, you have to go out to California because your nieces graduate high school.
Yep, yeah, Chris Jr. is graduating finally.
And then after that, I have 2 weeks at my current job before I take a week to move and kind of get settled. And then I start the police academy in June. So that is some real exciting stuff.
Yeah, that's right. You're moving.
Yeah, I'm moving about an hour south of where I am now. Literally going to be right down the block from Aries.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Sure is. So now I gotta find an excuse to visit your asses both now.
Yeah, well, I have a pool.
He only has one.
He's only got one to give him a golden shower. I have a swimming pool. I have a swimming pool. It's got a hot tub. It's got a gym. It's got a whole bunch of shit, and I'm excited. And then, obviously, the hard part is over. It is 100% official. I will be going to the police academy next month, which is why I'm moving.
Boy.
Yeah, this Florida trip's kind of a celebration of that too. I am excited like a motherfucker. I can't even begin to put it into words how it's here, And I know you and Aries have both said this is the easy part.
It is.
So
my wording is, I'll say this, a little ad lib into that. It is the easy part as far as the start of your career. It's not easy. I tell you right now, it'll be a complete mind fuck. I mean, there's no way to put it.
No, I'm saying the easy part was going through all the bullshit the last 5 years to be going to the academy. No.
Oh yeah, that the academy itself is that your life's about to get twisted upside down.
So I've been told. So for those that aren't aware of what typically happens, Chris, you've been through it. Tell me, what do I have to expect for the upcoming 6 months?
Well, you're going to be challenged not only physically but mentally on a lot of different topics. I told you came talk today varies from academy to academy, but I mean, get your running shoes on because Black Monday's upon us. You're going to do things that you didn't think you could do. There's going to be things that you don't think you can do. You end up doing. It's a complete game changer in life, man. And it will change your perspective right there on the spot.
I mean, it's one of those things. I'm going to have to do it, and it's going to get done. It's just going to be the amount of suffering I'm going to have to go through to get it done. But I feel good about it. I ain't fucking failing out of this shit. You will see me in 6 months with a badge and a gun and a fucking everything, man. I put way too much fucking work the last 5 years, even just the last 2-3 years to fucking get to this point. I'm not gonna fuck it up.
No, you got this.
But it's just a huge transition in my life. This whole Texas life has been a huge transition, starting from the beginning. Obviously, coming out here married, getting divorced, all that bullshit, learning not only to love myself again, but to go through and develop, we'll say. And now I'm finally on the cusp of where I want to be in life. I mean, you've known me for 5 years now, Chris, so you know the difference in the changes and the bullshit that I've had to go through.
Absolutely.
Just to get here. I mean, even just the day-to-day transition. I mean, I'm going to be starting a new job, and I love my old job, love the majority of the people I work with, and it's going to be interesting going from a place where I could truly kind of be myself and let go versus I'm going to have to be more on top of what I say, and
Oh yeah, 100%.
rather than being comfortable, like, because at my job now I know what I'm doing and whatnot, versus now I'm like, yeah, I have a general idea, but there's going to be a whole bunch of shit I'm going to have to open up my mind to and learn.
Yeah, you are.
I'm excited. I'm nervous. Any kind of emotions you could associate with a big change like this, I'm feeling. I'll tell you what, I got my ID for the agency about a week ago, probably now. That was probably the first time it truly felt real, that, okay, we're finally here.
Yeah, I remember the moment that I got my academy uniform, and I was like, okay, this is happening. Like, prepared my whole life for this, and here it is. And
Yeah.
now I'm 13 years later sitting in some of the spots that some of the instructors talked about, and it's like, okay, that's crazy.
Welcome to your life.
Like your back hurting from the chair you're sitting in. I'm sure they talked about that quite a bit.
And they said that we weren't going to be able to locate the Tylenol.
It's hard to locate the Tylenol, bro. But a fun fact about my old job, it's still my current job for another 3 weeks. But I told you this the other day, but me and my boss were talking, and he's now a new subscriber to the podcast. So if you're listening, what's up?
How did that come about? I meant to ask in reality.
How that came about?
Yeah.
I don't even remember. We were just having a conversation, and I brought up the podcast for something, because it just made sense in the conversation, and then it just kind of went from there. It's been a fun 2 years. I've done a lot of growing up. As I said before, I love just about everyone that I worked with, and I ain't kissing ass or nothing, because I'll tell every last motherfucker in this world what I think about you. But
Yeah, you will.
Chris, you've been around, so it's like, there's been days that shit just sucks, but I've never really had anything negative to say about the place. So
No, you haven't.
this is an exciting new chapter. I need to start my stand-up again. Do that on the
Yeah,
side
you do.
too.
Yeah, you do.
But
Yeah, you do.
that's a whole nother story. Speaking of stand-up, did you watch the roast of Tom
did.
Brady?
Brady's roast. Yeah, I did.
What'd you think of that?
You know, dude, like there was a lot of funny crap in there, but this is what kills me. And I know you're a Brady fan, and you know, I really
Excuse you. You can go fuck yourself, first of all.
Oh gosh, but it is.
It's not like I'm a known New York Giants fan where my fucking future Hall of Fame quarterback kicked Tom Brady's ass in the Super Bowl twice. No, not at all. But go on. How I'm such a big Tom Brady fan, you fucking dick.
Oh god. That did not go like I thought it was going to.
You're
Wow.
welcome. As you were saying, the big...
As I was saying, but what kills me, and I think you'll agree with this, is the fact that they did this. He got paid, I think it was like $25 million to do this stupid thing. Basically, have people just shit all over him for, I don't know, 2-3 hours. A lot of big name people. I mean, there was a lot of big name people at that freaking roast. And then he wants to cry after, oh, it affected my family. Really, motherfucker? You didn't think, oh, they're making jokes about, I don't know, your ex-wife, your freaking baby mama, your kids? Like, hello?
I mean, y'all
What's a roast?
Y'all roasted
roast?
me at my bachelor party, and y'all said some fucked up shit. Out of love, don't get me wrong, but y'all said some fucked up shit that night. I say, if your best friends are going to fucking shit on you on a roast, like they did in my case, what, or even if you don't know and you've just watched a couple of roasts, what would make you think that you weren't going to get shit on? Like, that is...
Like you take freaking what, Jeff Ross, who's a main part of all of them, Kevin Hart, been a bunch of them.
Yeah.
You watch the prior roast. I mean, Rob Lowe is one that comes to mind. They fucking shit all over Rob Lowe.
Yeah.
He took it like a fucking man. What the fuck's up with Brady? He has no fucking balls?
Well, I remember watching it, and it gave me fucking the Trump roast vibes. Because at least Trump sat there with like a half-assed fake smile and kind of forced himself to chuckle at a few things. Brady just sat there with a fucking smile like he had a dick up his ass. Like,
yeah, and then freaking would just take a drink. I mean...
And then, in particular, he walked up to Jeff Ross when he's talking about the whole massage parlor scandal bullshit. He's like, don't say that shit. Like, yeah. Bro, what did you expect? Obviously, $25 million is a lot of money, but you're Tom fucking Brady, man. You are the owner of the Raiders now. You were the owner of a lot of teams back when you played. You don't need the money.
Yeah, it was a pig in a bucket. Like,
even with the freaking alimony, actually, no, I think she made more money than, I don't know how that shit went, but even let's just say hypothetically, the man usually pays the woman in a divorce. That's probably 99 times out of 100 how that shit goes. even if you have to give her half your fucking income, you're still making more money than the average fucking American will see in their life.
For 2.5 hours for $25 million for everybody to roast the shit out and just freaking shit all over me. Would you do it?
Fuck yeah.
Exactly.
I mean,
you're a fucking crybaby, dude.
you and I are broke,
That's all
though.
I'm gonna say.
You and I
Yeah,
are broke,
we
though. That's the difference.
Well, maybe, but like, still, like he knew what he was going in.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he wasn't expecting, I don't know. I'm not in his head. I can't tell you. I mean,
Well,
it made a lot of money. That's all I know. And it made everybody laugh.
Well, the thing is, you got to think, not only did the big hitters I talked about, but you had the simple fact of, he was with a team, you had the massage parlor freaking shit, the Deflate game shit, all this crap. He didn't think that was going to be topic. He's been a part of a bunch of scandals.
I love when Randy Moss was talking. I was with you for 3 years and you didn't cheat with me once. Do you not trust me or something? That shit was fucking funny.
You got to look at your kids just freaking right in the face and then say, "Yep, they didn't think I was good enough to cheat."
Did they? I don't remember. Did they talk about how he kisses his son on the lips?
No, I don't think they did.
I don't think they did either. How did they miss that? I know it's an older one. Probably like 10 years old now. But how do you forget Tom Brady kissing his son on the lips? That should have been, decently up there, hit on a couple of times, I think. But
exactly. But I digress. I mean, what a crybaby. I mean, that's just all I gotta say.
It was funny though. Nikki Glaser she's always hilarious. She's one of my favorites. Jeff Ross, as he said before he was on there. Who the hell wasn't? Drew Bledsoe had a few hits right there. It was a great show to watch. I wish Brady would have at least pretended to kind of like what was going on. Because, I mean, when y'all roasted me, I was the funniest shit, I mean, yeah, alcohol had a bit to do with that, but I'm sure there was plenty of alcohol there that night too.
Well, there was,
Yeah, I mean, for those that don't know, when they roasted me on my bachelor party, they fucking brought out. They had my mother send them embarrassing pictures of me, like seventh grade Halloween. I dressed up as a girl. They got those photos. There's a photo of me. I think we talked about it earlier, if not last episode, earlier in the season. How I'm laying in bed in my underwear like a model because I wanted to use that picture as a Christmas card when I lost weight. I regret somehow y'all finding that and getting that, whatever. But if you're gonna take the time to do a roast, at least enjoy it.
I mean, we came back and we got everybody in the room, for crying out loud. I mean, your friend there, I can't think of his name. I was like, look, it's the poor man's Ed Sheeran.
Oh, Leo, yeah. We got everybody, dude. That was great. And that was just off the cuff. So the next time we have a bachelor party, which at this rate, it's going to be Slate. Unless it's your fourth.
Shut the fuck up.
But Slate's the next probably in line at this rate in this point in time.
Look,
we'll have to do more planning.
I'm just going to say this. I had a bet with my cousins growing up when we all were going to get married. I came in first, third, and seventh.
And I'm sure you're right, too.
Probably.
But that's awesome. I mean, I'm excited. I haven't talked to Slate recently.
I haven't either.
So we're going to have to get an update from him with his lady. I'm going to tell Slate to listen to this episode of the podcast with her. I'm just going to say this. Our homeboy Slate likes you very much. You should make him a happy young man.
Indeed.
Yeah.
You couldn't get a better catch than Slate.
He sounds like Eeyore. When y'all start having sex, he could go, "Oh, yes. I'm going to put it in nice and slowly."
Dear God, I wasn't going there.
I know you're not, but I will. You give a goddamn girl a fucking Eeyore fetish.
What was the other day we were talking about? What was it I said yesterday on the way home about him? I said something funny. I can't even remember now. But it was something to the fact of, I lost my train of thought on that. It was hilarious. Me and you both were like dying laughing for 5 minutes on that.
There's plenty to go around with that. And the new.
Well, I mean, there's another ad lib to tell the young lady here real quick. If you like Winnie the Pooh, you don't get better. You got Eeyore right for yourself.
Yeah.
Hello, would you like some honey?
I'm going to now suck honey off of your titties. Please roll over so we can do it Eeyore style.
Wow.
I want you to pull my ears and ride my face.
Jesus. He's gonna kill you. Wow. Wow. So So, ladies and gentlemen, for the greatest transition in podcast history, we've got some new RP scenarios coming up in server.
I think I just made a few RP scenarios in server. I'm just gonna walk around looking like Eeyore trying to hit on prostitutes now.
You know, I was going to suggest we get on server after we get recording this. Oh my god, that's going to be flipping hilarious because, I mean, only one that may know about this is Robert, but nobody else is going to have a clue until after this comes out.
Hi, please put your hands in the air like you just
I would
don't
love to
care.
see him. I'd love to see him do a felony traffic stop. I really would. Sir, place your hands out the window. Drop the keys from the outside.
The thought of that going off now, the thought of him just having to like take charge of a scene and like yell at somebody, it's very hard for my brain to comprehend.
It is too, because we've known him so long and he's been so docile.
Yeah.
Just a laid back human being.
Yeah.
I've never.
He's very
I've heard
monotone.
him kind of be upset, but he's just so calm and collective.
Yeah. I can't. The thought of put your hands up, you fucking bitch, and show me your hands. We love you, Slate, and to Slate's unofficial partner.
Welcome.
Yeah, welcome. That's all I can say.
Get ready, because he's got some wild friends over here that just give him plenty of shit out of love.
Out of love, of course, but he's not completely innocent either. I mean,
yeah, he'll throw it back.
Yeah, make sure you ask him about the time at my wedding rehearsal swiping on Tinder in the church.
Damn doghouse.
It was way before they met. It's okay. We're just gonna leave that there, and we can dog on other people later. But as you said, we've been getting the RP on the server back up. For those, obviously, the start of Purple Heart Gaming and the number one priority we have for Purple Heart Gaming is the GTA 5, the 5M RP server that we have. We've been doing a lot of more RPs lately. We've been trying to get stuff back, but we've had some pretty good scenes, like our boy Tyrone Biggums in his underwear walking down the street looking for a pencil.
While riding a yellow little girl's bicycle.
Yes. What else have we had this week? I mean, there's been a good chunk. I think you've been around for some of it, right?
A couple of them, minor stuff. I tried to get in the other day and had technical issues, and I was really pissed off about that because it was a perfect opportunity. But
yeah, we had some really cool shit put into the server too recently. We have a road that goes up the Chiliad mountain range. I mean, we have traffic lights off of Joshua now. We have what's now called the 68 bypass. That dirt road next to the airfield is paved. Like, we've added some cool shit to the server recently. It's little shit in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, it's little shit in the grand scheme of things, but the little things that add together, that's the really cool shit. The fact that one of the first scenes we had Robert fucking drive his car off that mountain range and had to have medical. We had to have medical come out and get him. And I mean, that was really, it's really cool. Just that whole mountain range is a little town on it. Kind of gives like Italy vibes. It was really cool to get that shit.
Because I haven't had the experience that yet. And
yeah,
now I'm wanting to experience it.
But it's just awesome seeing some of the stuff that people make, like the Chiliad Mountain Range Road, for example. To be able to edit the road and the surrounding areas in this game that's already been made for over 10 years now, it's legitimately made. Like, the road bends and curves and inclines and declines with the mountain range. It works with the mountain. It's not like cheap ass cutting shit. Somebody put a lot of time and effort into it. More time and effort than a lot of these fucking cities, states, whatever. Put time into railroads. It was really cool to see that. And it's something that, if you're interested in playing 5M, again, purpleheartgaming.com, plug. But in all seriousness, it's just amazing to see some of the cool shit that people make for something that's over 10 years old now. And we've been talking a lot about GTA 6 coming out, making things cool, which it will. It's gonna blow our fucking minds. At least it better. It's got way too much hype to not. The fact that people still put so much time in the GTA 5, I mean, and the role play, and just it makes me very happy. Obviously, we all met off of 5M, so I wouldn't change any of it for the world, but it's just really cool to see, even now, the improvements that are being made.
Yeah, it's definitely always something, when you log in, it still gives you that feel like, okay, this is still awesome, even after 10 years.
Yeah. But, it would be really cool that we could get in GTA Hopefully
What's
they'll
that?
add it to GTA 6. Tornadoes.
I just had that thought this morning, like us responding to a tornadic situation, because and that would be a learning lesson for a lot of our guys, because we've been dealing with that in real life here in the last week. Oh my God.
Yeah, right in your county there.
Yes. Yeah. We got hit hard. I responded to it. I'm telling you right now, I in 13 years, I've done a lot of stuff, man. That was the first.
It was an EF2 rated tornado, and then they had another EF1 rated tornado just to the north. I think
I responded to both.
You responded to both.
Correct.
Okay. Obviously, you were supposed to be doing training that night. You got put on standby, and then you were out looking decently far away from your city, your town there,
Yep.
looking and assisting other agencies. So tell me
I
what
had
that was
no
like.
clue where half where I was. Yeah, half time, because it's just not an area I'm familiar with.
You were actually out close to Cindy's grandma.
Really? I
And
didn't
that
know
side
that.
of the family. Yeah, they live in where you were looking in the country, kind of where all those houses were and whatnot.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I knew they lived that next town over. Yeah. I knew that.
So that was, I mean, it's crazy though, just to see all the different, I mean, we all know Mother Nature. You need to respect Mother Nature, because she can absolutely come out and fuck you. I mean, I had hail this morning at like 7 a.m. I was worried about the damage it's going to do to my car. But we have people that literally lost their houses and lost their livelihoods. Fortunately, I don't believe they reported any fatalities between either tornado,
None.
which is a blessing. 100%.
We've had a very active weather season. I mean, we've had, I think, 25 inches of rain this month alone.
And I'm not one that likes to just constantly talk about the weather. We're not the Weather Channel here. It's just been crazy throughout the whole country, but specifically where it hit, I mean, it hit where Aries, there wasn't a tornado there, but it hit where Aries lived. They had like 90-mile-an-hour streamline winds, and then tornadoes developed in that town over.
Yep.
And then obviously you were affected by it because you're neighboring them.
Yep.
And tell me what that whole night was like.
Chaos, pure chaos, man. I'm telling you right now, from the moment that they started asking for help, the moment we started responding, I mean, we're trying to drive into areas, and these are highly populated areas, well-known intersections. I mean, there's lines everywhere. We got officers having to drive over power lines. Of course, power lines are not, even if they're volted, they're not going to get you inside a vehicle. It's when you step out of the vehicle and they make that connections where you're screwed. So, simply driving over them, yeah, it's not recommended. But if you had to in an emergency situation like we did, then yeah, you could. At one point, we had to go over another. I mean, clearly almost on the sidewalk of the opposite intersection to get through. It was crazy.
So, safety tip, correct me if I'm wrong here, Chris. If you're ever stuck in a car that's under power lines and you have to evacuate the vehicle because it's on fire or whatever, you're supposed to hold on to your car, basically jump with both feet. Don't let your feet hit the ground. Don't let one step out. You have to kind of climb out of your car, keep your feet on the barrier, the door there, and then jump and have both. You're supposed to jump off the car, land both feet at the same time, plant them, get out that way, correct?
I mean, I guess that's what it would. I haven't really been taught in that scenario, so I can't.
You just had EMR training.
Yeah, we any time that we had a vehicle like that, I mean, it was never taught about that.
Okay, so do your own research. I'm not giving you advice. I'm not giving anybody advice here. I could be wrong, but I believe that's how I was taught in the event of. It's just the weather's just been crazy.
Yeah, I mean, as of last night, North Texas got hit. 5 people are dead.
Ooh.
Just towards the casino, one of the casinos you and I go to. Mass destruction.
Yeah, it's just been.
And I saw a report regarding that this morning. We weren't going to talk about the weather, but it kind of relates to it. They're already talking about hurricane season. That's upon us really quick.
Yeah. And
they're already saying that we're going to have anywhere from 13 to 25 storms. 8 to 13 will become powerful hurricanes.
It's going to be a very active hurricane season they're talking about too. And I mean, if we look at tornado season, that's
any indicator we're screwed.
Well, we don't typically get hurricanes in this area. We might get the remnants of one coming up through Houston.
If it hits Galveston, yeah, we're gonna get a punch.
It's not like when I lived in Florida and we were getting Cat 3s, Cat 4s.
I mean, you guys, Cat 3s, you're still out trying to find your golf ball. I mean, come on.
Well, I mean, obviously. I mean, do you know how expensive golf balls are? The world is crazy, man. We're just living in it. We're going to get towards the end here, but before we do that, we are going to talk about our word of the week, brought to you by the fine people at Purple Heart Gaming.
We have a new sponsor. I didn't mention this, so I want to bring him up.
Oh, Jesus Christmas. Okay.
This word of the week is brought to you by Clucking Bell.
Clucking Bell.
If you need your chicken and your crack in Sandy Shores and surrounding areas, it's Clucking Bell.
Did somebody say crack?
But
My name's Tyrone. My name is Tyrone. I'm here to hijack your podcast.
Well, Tyrone, then why don't you read the word of the week?
Okay.
A-hole.
The word of the week is we suck. Oops, I read that wrong. Hold on, let me take a hit. All right. Sorry, I can read better now. The word of the week is way sucks. An expression of great sadness or disappointment. Way sucks. WAESUCKS. Way sucks. Please use that word while smoking crack.
No, please
Get
use
out
that
of
word in your
Get
report
out of
for a
here, Tyrone, you fucking bitch.
Who's that snappy dresser?
For the record, those are RP characters. You can learn more about them at Purple Heart Gaming. Disclaimer, we do not condone the usage of crack or any other illicit drugs. This is for entertainment purposes only. But the word of the week is Wasix, and I hope I'm saying that right.
An expression of great sadness or disappointment.
Yes, make sure you're using that in your work reports or whatever report you want to use in your daily life, however you want to use it. Feel free to send us your instances of using it on any social media like Facebook or TikTok or whatever. I believe that's it. Don't you, Chris? Unless you got something else?
Yeah, so this next week, the podcast will be on the road. On the road again. I don't think we're going over. I know it said live in the initial stuff we talked about. I don't think we're going live on that, right?
No, we're not going to live stream it. Aww. We will be recording it. We'll send it to Deputy Bobbert. And we will get that out.
Oh, real quick, I just want to mention real quick, talking about Bobbert. He did his first patrol this week.
Oh yeah, he ended up getting hired by your agency, the BCSO.
In
RP,
he
yeah.
did, and he did quite well, except for 10 minutes. Had his first fleet when he was trying to do pit training, so
yeah,
it's okay. We only lost a car that J-Loud wrecked 15,000 times.
I was about to say, if he wrecks it even a quarter of the time J-Loud wrecked cars, you still would have a lot more money than you would with him.
Yeah.
But I actually, this is going to be off the cuff a little bit, but depending on the timing of everything, I have Ski available today if we want to record an episode with him too to upload down the road. Ski, for those that don't know, is our Canadian cop, and he just went from being half an officer to a real officer, which we will get into detail on that when his episode eventually gets recorded.
He got his vasectomy removed. He's now a full man. What?
Yeah, exactly. Well, hopefully, maybe if not right now, sometime today we can record that, Chris.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, just yeah. We'll see if he's around and see if we can call him, because that would be great.
Thanks everybody for watching. If you haven't already, make sure you follow us wherever you consume your daily podcast. If you want any more information on Purple Heart Gaming, feel free to check out social media or go to our website at purpleheartgaming.com. Thank you everybody for listening today, and we will see you guys next time on the Purple Heart Gaming Podcast.
Purple Heart Gaming Podcast.
Stay tuned.